And we're live.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thanks again for tuning into the Monday Night Relationship stream. I will describe to you the big news a bit later, but first, just to start, this is co-host Manly Chicken. I think it's Manly_Chicken on Twitter. Is that correct?
Yep. I like the little wink you did there.
I don't know, when I think I contort my face. I realized it, that I don't think in this normal way. I end up going, huh, all the time. And I started to actually wrinkle on like the confused part of my face. I have like a really strange left-right brain thing. I can only ever pay attention to things that are on my left-hand side. I don't know why, for whatever reason. Like I can't absorb information if it's to my right. So I end up scrunching this way all the time.
It looked like you were giving me like a little shout out, like little, hey, here's his Twitter handle, wink, a little promotion there.
I'm sorry, I think it's just a possibly neurological problem.
Everyone has those these days.
Yeah, everyone's got something effed up in them.
A tip to be
Speaking of things that are hilarious and crazy, it's almost Valentine's Day. So yeah. It's the time when we laugh at people who completely screw up on Valentine's Day. We're here to laugh at anybody who's making relationship problems on or around Valentine's Day. And
we always laugh at people with relationship problems.
Yeah, we pretend that we're here to give some semblance of good advice, but really we are here to laugh. So I'm going to start with this one here. Reddit.com/r/relationships, and this is from a year ago. The title here is my 23-year-old female boyfriend. Oh, shit, this is just confusing. 23-year-old woman with her 20-year-old boyfriend. He ignored my Valentine's Day effort, and I'm very upset. Oh, God, I wish these people were compelled and forced to come back the year afterwards and explain whether or not they're actually still together. I think that would that would just be the icing here.
They probably forgot. Maybe it was like this big thing, and then they just forgot about it.
Their username is Sad Valentine Throwaway. You're 23, lady. After you get a little older, you're allowed to not care about the holidays anymore.
I already don't.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just another day. It's Tuesday. It's a work day.
I use all these holidays as leverage to get people to buy me things.
Like candy?
Yep, and presents. Speaking of which, Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody in the chat wants to just mail me some free candy so I don't cry that much this year.
That's what the 15th is for. Just go to the closest store and get the cheap candy on sale.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get right in here and start reading this. Okay. It's a short little story of this overly emotional woman, and tell me what you think as we go. I'm probably just being overly emotional.
Yeah, you think?
She probably could have just stopped at this. But I was upset all night, and I can't seem to get over it. My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 months. We see each other a few times a week, but he lives 45 minutes away and does not drive. He's still getting his license. So I'm driving almost 2 hours to see him. Wait a second. They live 45 minutes away, but she drives 2 hours to see him?
Well, it's 45 there and 45 back.
Which is...
It's almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours. I mean, she could have just said an hour and a half. But maybe with like... I was going to say with traffic, but I assume the 45-minute counts for that.
I wonder how many times is a few times a week, because if you're blowing that much gas after a while, that gets pretty rough. She'd probably just stick to weekends at that point.
Yeah. So
she continues. Anyway, we both had to work yesterday, which was last year's Valentine's, him until noon, and I was supposed to pick him up when I got off at 6 and cook him dinner and just have a special night at my place. Was on his tablet. He didn't eat much and gestured toward the bedroom. I cleaned up and followed him in, but when I got there, he was asleep. I tried to wake him up, but he was out. It's not like I wanted sex. I just wanted to spend my first Valentine's Day dating someone actually with them. I cried all night, and he slept the whole time. The whole drive when I dropped him off at work this morning. I haven't talked to him. I don't really know what to say. I tried so hard to give us a nice night, and I ended up feeling so lonely. I'm not sure if my feelings are valid or if I'm just overreacting. TLDR, my boyfriend fell asleep during a Valentine's Day. I tried really hard. Not, and now I feel like it was all a waste. Edit, since I forgot this, he did give me a gift on Friday. It was a very sweet and thoughtful gift that I love. Valentine's Day itself wasn't about gifts, it was about being together.
Yeah. Just ask to make it up or something like, hey, want to spend a whole day on whatever's day? Have like a romantic day? Like you don't have to, it doesn't have to necessarily be Valentine's Day for you to be romantic.
And all these, it doesn't sound like he's that into her.
Yeah.
He just kind of hangs out and then spends all the evening staring at his tablet. You know, either there's something wrong with him. It's hard to say because she's not telling us anything else about him. Maybe he has some sort of, I don't know, depression or whatever. But to spend all the time while she's cooking just staring at his tablet and then going straight to bed, that sounds like he's either not that into her and doesn't know how to break up, or he's depressed.
Or he could just be a millennial.
Just zoned out into the tablet.
Yeah. It's like
she didn't seem to make it clear to him that she wanted Valentine's Day to be special either. You can't just, the thing with guys, you can't just do a special thing at them and expect them to understand that it's supposed to be special. You just have to articulate everything when you're talking to men.
Yes,
just say, this is what I want. Yeah. Just say, like, it's not that hard. It doesn't really wreck the romance if you say, this is what I want to do for Valentine's. This is what I'm going to do for Valentine's. Please just talk to me while I'm cooking or do this. Just ask the guy, and if he likes you, he will do the thing for you.
And he probably had, like, maybe he just has a tough job. Maybe he has to, like, haul lumber or something. I don't know. Something that's physically exhausting. Or, like, soul-crushing, like programming.
Kraut and T is shit posting in the chat. Oh my god. Yeah, comment section agrees. Communication is key. This woman is just not telling her boyfriend that it's not that difficult. Men are just, you have to understand the coding that goes into men. You just have to tell them exactly what you're going to do and exactly how you want them to respond, and they will say yes or no. Easy as that. Just have to tell them what you're going to do.
Basically, all men are autistic.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all you have to know. Just tell them what you want. Like, no. But yeah, it either sounds like he's not interested or he's just super depressed. Like, not even joking. To be that zoned out. It's just because I've been around the planet a few times. I've seen it before.
Canada's pretty big. Sizable planet.
It's too big. We're just here to keep an eye on the riskies.
Yeah. Somebody's
asking me, speaking of coding, how's that website going? GitHub is still a very strange and confusing place to me. That's how it's going. My poor website. I'm used to WordPress. I can write HTML and CSS, but GitHub, that Markdown, I don't quite get it. I have a Jekyll theme. I like it.
Did you hear about that? I don't remember what it was, but the other GitHub, the GitHub alternative that rejected the Gamergate repository.
ShitHub? What is it?
I don't remember what it was called. Someone in the chat will probably. They deleted the Gamergate repository because of hate speech, like back in the early days. And then, like recently, all of their backups got deleted. Like they were trying to migrate their servers, and just everything's it's GitLabs, and everything's gone. I don't know how it happened, but that made me happy.
Taking a look around. Wow, women write way too much. Women say too many words. You know, if you're writing a sentence, if you wrote an essay and somebody said, "I will give you $100 for every word you take out of this fucking essay," I'm sure that you could find a couple of words that you would take out of it. You don't need all this extra stuff.
Women just need to shut up and take off their clothes. Am I right?
Right, or am I right? Oh, yeah.
Am I right or am I left?
The ladies that way.
This is why I'm spending a Valentine's Day Eve on a webcast.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We need somebody in here to LARP as a MGTOW.
I can do that.
Okay. So I guess that would make me the straight man.
Yeah. Fucking
the straight
white
man
male.
here make down.
You fucking straight cis white man.
Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, the title on this is already going to be good. The title on this is going to be fantastic, and I feel like we'll have something to talk about just from the title. Yeah. I, 23-year-old female, canceled on Valentine's Day, and he, 46 male, is upset.
Wait, how old is she?
She's 23.
Oh no,
He's 46.
It's Onision in the future. They figured out a way to send messages back in time. This is a warning.
I don't know if that would be Onision, because apparently the 46-year-old is working on a PhD. And she's a master's student. Oh my God, he's twice as old as you, lady. Find somebody your own age. Again, I do have a lot of trouble with these age gaps in relationships. Oh, is that Michael?
That's me.
Oh, sounds good. We have Twitter. Hatch is cooking in his house right now, and we are currently talking about terrible relationships. And this one in particular is titled "I, 23 female, canceled on Valentine's Day, and he, 46 male, is upset."
Well done.
Yeah. So I'll just get right into this. It says here, I'm a master's student, and I'm writing my thesis at the moment. His name is Greg, a PhD student.
It is. It is Onision.
Oh my goddamn future. It's been a year-long relationship. We both have full-time jobs with university loads, so we are constantly busy. We try to meet once a week, and he calls me before going to bed. That's pretty old school, calling before bed instead of texting. God,
it's the new millennial thing.
Though. What, calling is the new romantic thing? Is calling the new vinyl?
Well, no, it's like a call text before bed thing. It's kind of stupid, but
is it like how
they all do it?
Is it like how everybody used to like say how awful TV is, but now that we've got like tablets and constant screens, TV is almost seen as like a better alternative?
Well, the quality of TV is better overall, but yeah, there's that too.
Well, just that TV damages your eyes, and it's like not good to stare at a screen for that long.
Yeah, that's why I'm going
what
half
is the
blind.
thing? Like every 10 minutes, you gotta look at something else.
So let's continue on here. Let's hear about their university loads and how this woman can't handle all the loads in her life. For Valentine's, we had arrangements, but I had to write my thesis paper, and I know he's also busy too. I'm preoccupied this whole month, so I asked him if we could postpone our date to March. He was shocked but understanding about it. When he called at Valentine's night, I told him I was working on my thesis at a lab with a male colleague named John. Ooh.
You're John.
Greg was not happy at all.
John dies at the end.
And Greg was not happy at all and told me it was suspicious that John asked me to work on thesis together at the lab a day before Valentine's. And I agreed.
It's suspicious that a 48-year-old dude is dating a 23-year-old.
Yeah, he's 46 and she's 23. It's
the
age difference is 50% there.
That is really something. It's your sugar daddy.
Yeah.
But he's a student. He's a PhD student at 46. What's he working on? His literature degree?
Yeah. It's Onision from the future where it's really easy to get a degree. And it's all stupid shit like feminist dance theory.
Tap dancing.
His dissertation is why it's okay for him to have sex with underage girls and lock them in his basement.
I wonder if he'll ever get a new haircut.
I don't think so. He'll get new makeup though.
Okay, so
I think he wears more makeup than you.
I wear a lot of makeup. So Greg seems to be not happy that she is deciding to spend the day before Valentine's working on her thesis with another man in her lab, probably her lab partner, instead of spending time with this guy, this 46-year-old who can't find a woman in her 30s. I don't mind women dating up, but I'm always looking twice at the guys who are dating a woman younger than them, trying to figure out if there's something really right with them or really wrong, because it's one of the two. Greg told me he's also busy too, but is making time for me, and if I really respected him and the date, then I would have put the extra effort into writing my thesis. I have to agree that I was goofing around to a certain extent, but I would like some human time too, after working 7 to 5 p.m. and taking graduate courses in the evening. The thing is, this John is a colleague, and I barely don't know him. That's what it said. She barely don't know him.
She barely doesn't know. She barely didn't have lots and lots of hot sex in the college room with him.
Yeah, we were at a graduate lab together.
Is that a double negative?
Yeah.
Yes, I barely don't know him. No, wait. Oh, yeah. So we were at a graduate lab together where anyone could walk in anytime. But I guess I could see it was strange since it was during the weekend and no one really enters the lab. Except in Canada, you can enter the lab anytime you want.
Dee, get out of my laboratory.
Nobody's gonna laugh at my fucking dogs joke. Okay. Okay.
I didn't get it. It's a Canadian.
I thought you were talking about an actual policy.
In Canada, it's okay to molest dogs. Yeah, and she's talking about when it's okay to enter the lab.
Yeah, I guess. Well, wouldn't it be the lab entering her?
No.
Oh.
Let's onward and upward. He is pretty upset that he didn't call me on Sunday or Monday and the whole damn week. I didn't call, so he's refusing to call her now because he's being a little priss. I don't call him often because I don't want to disturb his writing. So I'll wait for his call. I've texted him many times ever since just to get short replies or none. I love Greg, and part of me thinks this is a combination of stress of grad work and his anxiety meds that are making him detached from me. But how much blame can I put on his grad work and anxiety all the time? I'm upset that he's upset at me and I can't seem to focus. Teal dear, I canceled on Valentine's and spent the day with a lab with a colleague, and BF doesn't call me anymore.
I spent the day with a lab and a colleague. No, with a lab and a colleague.
That's a great Valentine's date. Have the lab and the collie.
Yeah.
That's all that you really need, don't you think?
Lab, a collie, and just some peanut butter. I think that guy is crazy. I'm getting like stalker vibes. He's like the 43, the 23-year-old age difference or whatever it is. That's like a warning sign. So it leads into stalkerish shit, which, you know, just doesn't make, it doesn't look good.
It doesn't seem like he's very emotionally mature at all. Like, I don't know what this woman's doing with this guy. She probably has no extra or free time to spend and just kind of ended up getting stuck with this guy. Do they not go to the same school? Why can't they spend more nights together? It can't be that difficult.
He's going to start showing up at work and like following her everywhere.
Oh.
And like, it's going to get progressively more weird. Like, he's going to start showing up.
It sounds like a
at,
Lifetime movie.
It's one of those shitty movies that they released.
That he pushes her down the stairs.
Yeah, and then he takes care of her. Like, oh shit, you were in a horrible accident. It turns into misery, basically. But after he starts like appearing at her like gynecologist appointments, like, I just wanted to make sure that nothing weird was going on here. You know, lots of things going on down there in this building.
Taking a look at the comments here, people saying that it sounds like she may have been dumped by her boyfriend. He really does not seem very emotionally mature here, though. This whole thing is just terrible. I was hoping for more laughs, but this just seems like an awful, awful relationship that they're in.
Yeah. I'm going to look up some lighter things. I'm going to type in violence, assault, and beatings. Lighten the mood a little bit.
I'm trying to find more sad Valentine's Day things on Reddit, but I guess Reddit doesn't date that much.
Try 4chan.
That sounds about right. Oh, jeez.
I noticed.
She's going to go to R9K now.
I was going to, but I'm checking Fit first.
Got to put on your proxies.
Who is this 4chan?
All 7 of them.
Some kind of hacker.
Yeah, wasn't there a Canadian publication that referred to 4chan like as an actual hacker?
Yeah, it's
Like as one person?
I'm
is
not
like
sure.
Canadian
Probably.
news?
I don't know if it was Canadian. It was it was when all those celebrity nudes leaked, and like they were saying, like this one lady said, "Do we know who this 4chan is? Have they been caught?" As if like 4chan was an alias for a hacker instead of a website.
That does sound like an alias, but they are normies.
That's the problem. Too many fucking normies, and they're too easy to troll. You know, it's too easy to. They're too dumb. They give the trolls too much attention. They're like trolls are kind of like sharks, where if like you show any sign of weakness and you bleed a little bit, they'll destroy you. But if you're totally cool, they'll ignore you.
Okay, this is a silly post from Loreddit. This 22-year-old male, my girlfriend, a 21-year-old female, her dad bought her a $10,000 watch for Valentine's Day.
Uh-oh. See where this is going.
Oh my god.
$10,000?
Yeah, a $10,000 watch. So he's dating. I think the bigger problem here is that he's dating a rich girl, and not that he can't afford to give her a better Valentine's Day. He's only 22. Why on earth would you be spending a ton of money like that on her? Let her dad buy her something nice. Parents are probably divorced.
Babe, what are you doing? Danielle?
Your mic. Danielle? What was Danielle doing? I have to know. Maybe this guy, yeah, maybe this is an old post. Somebody dating Ivanka. God, I wish these people had better problems.
I got one.
Okay, what do you got?
28 male. My GF's 24 female. Butt smells.
Now I'm really interested because I might actually be able to help out with this and explain a bit about physics.
Physics. She studied at Who Makes Dead or Alive Extreme? I was gonna make a joke, but it just collapsed.
The volleyball game?
Yeah, because you said ass
That's
physics.
Terrible.
As the title, as the title suggests, my GF of 4 years has a smelly butt, and I'm not sure how to address the issue.
Really, with the toilet in the background?
Yeah, I was just thinking, perfect timing. It's like somebody's got a soundboard.
That is way more common than you'd think.
Yeah. This isn't something that impacts our day-to-day life. It's not like we're Target and I catch a whiff. But at home, when she's naked, I notice. She regularly asks for back massages, and when she derobes, I could smell it. A couple of times, I straight up said, "Your butt smells," while giving her a back massage. She laughs it off as if it was a joke. Well, it does sound like a joke. That sounds like something.
How are you supposed to respond to that?
Well, yeah, is it like her butt that smells, or is it something in her rectum or vagina?
She has a weird fetish. She lets things die inside of her. This hasn't been an issue up until the last year or so, but it's the point now that I don't want to have sexual encounters with her. Even if I am very in the mood, it's a huge turnoff when the switch to certain positions and I get a waft. How do I address this issue with her seriously without offending her? She showers regularly, at least every other day. So I'm not sure what the deal is, but something isn't right. TLDR, my GF's butt smells and it's impacting our sex life. Here's what you do. You ask her if she'd be willing to try anal, but before you get your dick all nice and soapy. Mm-hmm. Or like you blindfold her and say, "Okay, I'm going to try something different." And you just, I don't know.
Well,
You gotta
even
find.
if you went for like a water, like, because you can get different enemas for cleaning out your ass, like, because that's what gay men would be using.
Jeez.
Sorry.
You guys are awful.
I'm pretty
Terrible.
great.
Well, it could be that she's just not showering. It like
Well
because
enough,
your skin isn't going to smell unless the flesh is decaying right off of it.
Maybe she just doesn't wipe well enough.
That
Do you
might
think
be
this?
it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
that could
not
be it.
nothing is supposed to smell that bad unless
Get her
something.
a.
This is really
Just
not what I signed up for.
Just talk in a serious note. This is all about communication. Just sit her down and say, "I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just me, but your asshole stinks. Could you please do a better job of maintaining?" Again, people think that they overestimate how much their words would hurt someone. Like, it might be embarrassing at first, but it's worth it, I guess. Like, the other men that she's probably having sex with, they're probably suffering too.
My God, like,
Maybe that's
how
why
could you
she
get
smells
around
so
with
good.
that? Maybe you
Yeah.
could give her like a spa package or something that comes with a bikini wax, and just hope to hell that the massage that the waxer lady tells her that it smells bad.
That's a good idea. Get her a spa day, and then like she derobes, like she's getting a massage, and like the lady comes up. She's like, "Oh fucking Jesus!" They have to put on hazmat suits. The entire resort is like quarantined.
She should
So do you
probably
think
just see
she's
her
just fat?
general practitioner.
Yeah, I
Well.
was gonna ask that. I think she's probably fat. I'm imagining like a really soggy ass, one that like kind of just
Yeah.
melts into the rest of her like fat body, where it's like you can't
They
even tell.
exist. That's true.
You can't even tell that her ass has started until you see like the crack. So
Oh God. Yeah, how would you get around that? I'm guessing that she just must be fat and not shower properly.
yeah.
You have to
Did
dry
Trump make
individually
her gain
between your
weight?
folds.
Did Trump make her gain weight? Yeah, she got all depressed. And she went into
Yeah,
a
because
Ben
the
and-
election, she's like, yeah, I
She
gotta
went into
destroy
a-
everything.
She went into a Ben and Jerry's, and she didn't come out until the inauguration.
Speaking of Trump and
Maybe she
wonderful
was that
things,
girl screaming no.
that was a girl.
We don't even. Honestly, at this point, we can't
Yeah.
even say for sure. She could be like
Maybe.
some like third gender that she made up.
Well, I just want to take a moment here because the Monday Night Relationship stream has big news, two big newses.
Yeah.
One, I've settled on a name for it.
Yes.
As described last week, it's going to be Straight Talk.
Yeah.
And also, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow for Valentine's.
Could be worse.
Am I gonna be on it
No, it's Straight Talk or
for the Valentine's Day?
well, any straight person can be on Straight Talk, but no, Valentine's Day is just going to be me building my new computer, which is going to be super fun. And now that I will have two computers on the go, I will be able to do live streams a lot easier. These will be slightly fancier, and I will have more time to prepare because I will have two separate workstations, one for my staring at spreadsheets and writing work, and one for Vidya and talking to people and doing live streams.
Video games. You could do Let's Plays now. Like
I'm gonna Twitch because there are so many things on my Steam that I just really need to get around to and play, and I can't wait. It's going to be
let's do some
fantastic.
co-op or something.
Hmm?
Co-op.
I miss having a gaming PC. Ugh.
I put the that one we were talking about, that Reddit article with all the text in the in a word processor to get the word count.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5,896 fucking words.
It's not that bad.
Well, if you have like your windows all tiny like I do, so it squishes all the text vertically.
I make mine super big, actually.
Yeah, but I always have like 5 things going on.
I still can't believe this smelly butt thing. Like I'm. As I'm sure most people listening to this know, I'm kind of an expert in butt health because I have bowel disease. I've had my large intestine removed, and I used to speak at conferences, speaking to other patients.
Thing.
They left a few inches in the back. I have a semicolon.
Jeez.
So I've literally had to get special order enemas that my pharmacist had never heard of before. You know that you have something special about your disease when the pharmacist has never heard of the thing you're being prescribed. So when
cinnamon spice enema,
cinnamon enema or a pumpkin spice.
New car smell.
Pumpkin spice was so much better.
People are saying, how is a butt supposed to smell? It's really not supposed to smell. Like the smelly part of your butt is actually just mucus, but you are supposed to wipe that away.
Wow.
So yeah, it's the ass cheese.
This is fascinating.
This is the best relationship stream. I'm learning so much.
One of the comments says, "Are you sure it's her butt and not her vagina?" That's true. I'm guessing this woman just has like a UTI or a yeast infection. I don't know. Next time she's sitting down, see if she's squirming around a lot.
I'm thinking that she's doing a lot of stuff.
A lady doctor.
She's doing a lot of stuff on the town, and she isn't really hiding her tracks that well. You know, she's leaving a couple things behind up there.
God, maybe she just has chlamydia. Who the hell knows? But you're not supposed to smell somebody from that far away.
Yeah, is that supposed to smell?
Maybe she's just dead, and the guy's insane. Maybe she's just like a corpse.
He's actually writing it.
Well, it's a bogus story, and he's just like, I'm gonna make up my fake internet girlfriend, and I'm gonna talk about how.
No, maybe he's like some kind of mentally unhinged man who dug up a corpse from like the cemetery, and it's slowly decaying, and that's what he's smelling.
Trump's America.
Fucking, this is why Donald Trump won. It's because people were digging up corpses to have sex with.
Oh, this is going to be good. My female 23-year-old, 23-year-old female, my boyfriend, 25-year-old male, is pissy about steak and blowjob day not happening. So if anyone, 23-year-old female, my 25-year-old boyfriend is pissy about steak and blowjob day not happening. So if anyone in the chat doesn't know, steak and blowjob day comes 1 month after Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is about getting your girl flowers and maybe some chocolates. 1 month later in March, that's when the woman does something for her man, which is cook a great steak and then blow him. I was going to say something really horrible. I'm trying not to swear that badly here.
Perfect.
Oh, you never heard of steak and blowjob day? Do they not have that in the States?
No.
Well, we will see.
I grew up in a trailer park, so I'm actually kind of surprised I don't know about it.
Well, it's going to be a thing now.
Hamburger and blowjob day.
Hot dog and blowjob.
Oh, that one I know about.
Hot dog and blowjob day. Both get a nice tube of meat in their mouth.
Wow. So what do you guys think about that as an exchange? Valentine's Day for the ladies?
It's fair. Why can't it both be on the same day? Like
it takes a lot of work, I guess.
It's
well, each only has to do one thing. The guy goes and gets some chocolate, and the girl has to practice by jamming some stuff down her throat. You got to get in shape. It's like the Olympics. Don't want to get a cramp.
Yeah. So let's read this thing. Boyfriend and I have been together for 8 months. Our relationship is pretty good overall, and we have our fallouts like everyone else. Today he's being ridiculous, though. As I found out a couple of hours ago, today is steak, which to me sounds kind of ridiculous. Most days anyways, and cook meats and steaks at least a couple of times a week. I've never heard of this holiday prior to today. She's 23, he's 25. My God. My boyfriend came to my apartment. We do not live together. Well, yeah, you've been dating for 8 months. Of course you don't live together. From his friend's house, and asked me if I had anything special for him. Asked what he was talking about. He then proceeds to tell me that today is all men's holiday. And when I ask him what it is, he says angrily, "Don't pretend you've never heard of steak and blowjob day." Feast of Saint Blowjob. Celebrate with steak.
I'm putting that
You never
on my
heard
calendar.
of patron saint of blowjobs?
Is the patron saint a boy or a girl? Is the saint feasting on steak or on dick?
Saint Johnson, I'm guessing. I say I haven't, and then he goes off the rails and starts screaming at me, saying how I am super selfish and he is entitled to his male holiday since February 14th is all about women. This can't be true. I'm willing to bet a couple of nickels that this guy did not start yelling at her. Well, it just makes sense. It's a nice little jokey thing, at least for steak and blowjob day. But claiming that this guy starts screaming at her, is that really what's happening, lady?
This girl really needs to she needs to respect his religious beliefs.
Yeah, St. Johnson's blowjob day.
I'm gonna start a religion and just make it all like benefit me. So that way
Scientology.
Yeah, basically. So that way I can call people bigots if they don't like respect. Like, in my religion, I get that TV for free at Best Buy. They get the ADL down here.
Just loot it. Just loot the place.
Looting is okay now if you call the other person a Nazi.
Yep.
Just taking
if you're a lefty.
Just taking a look at the comment section here. Our comment section seems to think this is fake. It sounds pretty fake. Maybe not gay, but it definitely sounds fake.
Fake news.
Yeah, so let's read the rest of this paragraph. Now, one thing that needs to be said is that he told me that he does not believe in Valentine's Day when we started dating. That is so childish. I think that it is kind of a cute holiday, but it's never been a big deal for me, so I do not care that we did not celebrate. Man, children. In this light, it is extremely strange to me that he presents...
it's Reddit.
Yeah. It's like, bro, like, I'm not going to celebrate Valentine's Day. Well, you don't really... It's a holiday for a reason. We have holidays.
Too edgy for Valentine's Day.
When I was done with him screaming at me, so I opened the door and told him to get out, which he did. From the texts he is sending me, it seems like he has calmed down after texting me that I'm the worst girlfriend who kicks her men out of the house instead of satisfying his needs. God, lady, dump him. They still sound somewhat passive-aggressive, though. Last one of them states that he would like to have a serious discussion about our relationship because it does not seem like we were on the same page. He's child. I'm angry at him. But I want to talk it out and see what he has to say. How do I proceed? TLDR, boyfriend angry with me for no reason. How do I proceed?
She's a fucking idiot. All she had to do was suck his dick, and this would all be over.
That's true. That's true.
This is why women should not be able to have an opinion. You know, legalize enslavement of women. Hashtag MGTOW. Hashtag PUA.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this is exactly why I would never get in a relationship or have a casual Valentine's Day with a woman, because she might not give me a steak and a blowjob.
Yeah. Did you?
I know. How do you live like that?
Did you hear? Did you guys see Roosh's video where he's like, women should not be educated?
Oh no, bless that poor guy. He's trying really hard to troll, so I don't mind him in that way.
And he's got like
he doesn't seem committed to the troll. He seems like he really kind of believes it, and that he doesn't really understand where the trolling begins and his beliefs stop. If he just decided to be a straight troll and do like the
he's got
what is it, Tucker Max thing, that would probably make more sense.
He's got this giant like gray beard, well half gray beard, and he looks like he's a member of the Taliban. So it's like. So he's talking about how women should not have rights. He looks like he's ready to kill some infidels.
Somebody really needs to write an email to the FBI about that guy.
So how would you guys
have a Twitter
proceed?
account.
Oh, how would you guys proceed with the 25-year-old man getting pissy and yelling at his girlfriend?
He sounds like an asshole.
Is she already married to him?
Nope.
No.
They don't live together or anything. So it
Oh,
wouldn't be
all
that
right.
rough.
Probably
Okay,
dump him. Like if he's just being passive aggressive and doesn't understand why she might be offended, then just dump him.
She doesn't seem very shocked that he just started yelling at her, so this probably happened a few times before, and she's just gotten used to it. So whatever the hell is going on in her life that she thinks it's normal to just get screamed at.
Well, yeah, she found it weird because this is like the fifth day this year that he's claimed to be a steak and blowjob day.
Wait a second.
Start sending Google alerts on your calendar. Happy St. Johnson's Day.
He just starts making up holidays like milkshakes and anal day. Oh, honey.
Which
honey,
comes first?
Honey, it's hamburger and threesome with your hot friend Jessica day. I can't
That
argue
sounds
with
way
that.
too specific.
It goes anal, then blowjob day. St. Johnson wanted women to suffer. He was a very huge MGTOW.
Make sure that make sure it's not like taco morning followed by anal evening.
It's taco and anal day. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is taco and anal day, and then the day after is blowjob day.
Okay, so in the YouTube channel chat, somebody wrote frittata and facial day. Pudding is pearl necklace day.
Frittata and facial.
Frittatas,
I've had difficulty making frittatas before. I don't think that I've had the heat high enough.
What? I mean, a frittata is like an easy quiche.
Yeah, you should see one of the burners on my stove broke the other day, so cooking is just terrible for me. Just absolutely terrible. Taco and TF day? What the hell is TF? Snowball Sunday?
Team Fortress.
That's every week. That doesn't count. Hot Pocket and Hand Job Day. Oh yeah, there's a better title than Taco and Anal Day, which I guess Taco Day is its own thing. Burrito and Butt Day.
Beer and golden shower day.
Russian hookers day.
We got a whole year's worth of holidays set up now.
This is what we got to do. I got to put these all in my religion. Just
I'm telling you, man, Scientology.
Everything.
I gotta find a way to get make it religiously mandated that I have 5 hot girlfriends at once. I gotta
Islam.
Yes. I knew that I was on the wrong side of this discussion. You know?
Yeah, but I think that's the only good part of it.
Now I kind of understand why a lot of the goony bearded feminist men are suddenly embracing Islam. Did we read this one yet? Update: my 21 male GF 20 female of 6 months suddenly wants me to give up watching anime.
Not sure. I think that we've read a few of the anime ones before.
Yeah,
I want to go to the
one
one
familiar. That sounds familiar.
What about the one that I just found before the show? Me, 28 male, with my wife, 29 female, married for 5+ years now. Should I set her free? Did I tell you how I found this one?
No.
I searched hentai in the keyword search. So the word hentai is used exactly twice. Let me. Can I just read a little excerpt?
Yes.
This has to be a troll, but I love it. This post is nearly 6,000 words, by the way. So at an early age, I learned how to hide parts of myself. I learned to walk the walk as best I can, but how could I ever go to my spiritual heads and talk to them about how I sin and touch myself? I should also add the porn that I drew towards is admittedly pretty weird by normal standards. It's cartoon stuff. Early on in my life, I stumbled across a photographic pic of a lady spread eagle, and I was not happy about it. It affected me in a negative way, and it cemented my comfort in cartoon stuff more. I always enjoyed anime, cartoons, and video games. One of my earliest confusing memories was noticing Jessica Rabbit. Not that I thought of her sexually, but I enjoyed her differently than I enjoyed other cartoons. I think the seed was planted. Man. So by preteen, or Pueberty, they spell puberty weird, stage, I got into hentai, X-rated versions of DBZ characters sexing it up, and all of it stuck. Some of it is pretty rapey too. In my opinion, regular porn would have been shameful enough. But I knew I pretty much was never going to be able to tell anyone that I enjoyed masturbating to Goku and Sailor Moon doing the nasty.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. I wrote a book. Yeah, let your wife free. She's in a cage somewhere.
That's where the rapey stuff
Margaret,
comes in.
Look at this link. Check this out.
Let me just.
Aren't I okay?
Yeah.
I love that photo of Trump.
Get you a lady who stares at you like Donald Trump stares at that camera.
Or any camera, really.
It looks like such a great album cover.
It would be called something like Loving You or Missing You Dearly. I don't know, something romantic. I like the one of the comments for the article that I found was in regards to your sexual preferences, everyone is different, to each their own. So what if cartoons turn you on? I had a thing for hentai rapey stuff in the past. Then I sort of grew out of it. I'm into more BDSM dom sub stuff now.
Doesn't sound like you grew out of it. Just got worse.
You know, I'm confused. They always say that some hentai girls are flat, but they're all flat. They're all 2D.
That's true.
What the hell? Where does this guy work? Whenever people have lives these complicated, I don't understand how they're organizing their life to get in all this ridiculousness. My God, this poor woman that you married. She must be fat. There's no other reason that she would stick around with a guy like this. It just keeps going on and on and on. Ugh. What do you think he did for her for Valentine's?
Nothing. Which is the problem.
Trying to find more good stuff here to laugh at people.
23 male. My girlfriend, 22 female, hasn't let me see her naked in 2 years. Am I wrong to be impatient by now? Oh, this dude's been cucked.
Wait a second.
Patience of a saint.
He's been cucked.
That's not a normal relationship progression. You're just supposed to get more and more and more comfortable with somebody, not just.
Yeah, that's backwards.
Yeah, you're definitely right. That's completely backwards. That is not how this goes. Like, unless she was like sexually assaulted by somebody else, then there's no reason for her to go this far back.
Maybe she has like a secret. Maybe she has like some kind of vagina monster. Like she spreads her legs and just tentacles start coming out.
And, yeah, she's got hiding some Arby's in her pants. Maybe she starts cutting. Or oh no, it looks like she's just uncomfortable with her weight, I guess.
Oh, she's anorexic. That's her name, anorexic.
An awful name. It's a great way to really screw up your kid. Give him a name like that.
That's what I want to do.
That's something I would
always
do.
had this dream of naming like my son. If I ever had like a son or a daughter, I'd name them horrible things, like just garbage. Hey, this is my son, garbage.
That's probably illegal. I'm sure in some countries that's just completely
I'll get a database and just see if I can find like, I guess Smegma is on that list.
I'm sure there's somebody on Facebook with that name.
we call her Meg, but her real full name is Smegma.
Let's take a look here. This poor guy who has a girlfriend that he hasn't seen naked in 2 years. I met my girlfriend in our first year of college. We started officially dating at the beginning of our second year. When we started dating, our sex life was phenomenal, and it continued to be for over a year. Now I understand that, of course, the honeymoon phase can't last forever, and I certainly don't expect our sex life to be like it was at the beginning forever. But anyway, on to the point of the post. At one point, she decided to get self-conscious about her weight and size, which she definitely doesn't need to be. She's like 120 and 5'8". 11 pounds over a year and a half. About 11 pounds. Nobody puts on about 11 pounds. That's incredibly precise. This led her to slowly but surely stopping me from seeing her naked and generally being less interested in sex because she was so self-conscious. Also, I'm not sure how relevant this is, but she used to be on the pill before, and we decided to temporarily switch to condoms to see if going off the pill would help her lose weight. Not that I was hassling her, or even that I'm annoyed or anything, that we went back to using condoms, but she spent a few months telling me if she didn't get to her target weight in the next 2 weeks, she'll just go back to the pill. As that obviously isn't the issue. You can't lose 11 pounds in 2 weeks.
Get surgery.
Sustainable.
Well, there are bodybuilders who would argue otherwise, but
it's probably not a healthy, not recommended. You can lose, really, but it's just not healthy.
Yeah, I think like the first 7 or 10 pounds are just water weight.
This one's way easier than you load her up in the back of your van, take her down to Mexico, get some cheap surgery. Problem solved.
Give her a tapeworm. Or just lock her in a van and forget about her for 2 weeks and be like, oh, sorry, honey.
Lock her in like a storage unit. Just feed her like kale. Just like kale leaves and water.
You know, the best part of this thread is actually the title. Girlfriend hasn't let me see her naked in 2 years. Am I getting impatient?
Yeah, by now. My God.
I think
here's what you say to her. Say, babe, those 11 pounds, they were in your titties and ass. And then you wink at her.
Yeah, comment section says 11 pounds is really not a big deal, especially if she's 5'8".
She's clearly got something wrong with her. She clearly is neurotic about this. She might have like an eating disorder or something.
Yeah, it sounds like she has an eating disorder.
Yeah, this guy seems to be totally fine with it. He doesn't seem to have any issues, but he also seems like such a welcome mat that
this is what we like to call
or otherwise.
This is what I like to call a discount GF. Because you got this hot girl, but who's way out of your league, but she's got some issues with her, like she's got mental problems or something. So that means she's willing to settle.
All women have mental problems.
Yeah,
but
these
ones
are true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, you have to pick what sort of mental problem you are okay with in a woman.
It's like you ever see the movie Super by the dude who did Guardians of the Galaxy?
James Gunn? No.
Yeah, James Gunn. It's really good. I'd recommend it. So I'm not going to say anything about it, even though it's not really a spoiler.
Man, this poor guy. I can barely cuddle her anymore because I'm not allowed to touch anywhere around her stomach or hips or anything. Yeah. And she just seems to have gotten more distant in general.
God, this man is a saint.
Have her go to like therapy or talk to someone. She's like fucking hurting mentally.
She clearly needs it.
Yeah, she definitely needs therapy. I don't know why this guy's sticking around.
Because he loves her and he's a good guy. This guy is a hero. from all of the weird, creepy shit, this dude seems like a legitimately great boyfriend. Like so many other skeevy guys would be like, "Oh, you ain't showing me your titties. You ain't celebrating blowjob day. You get the fuck out of my apartment, fucking whore." This guy's like, "Oh, honey, okay, you don't have to get naked. You can just talk. I won't cuddle with you."
Like, this should have been a problem after 2 months of not seeing your significant other naked.
This guy is like, holy shit.
Like, this is just not a normal progression for a relationship. You're supposed to get more comfortable and be more naked around them until you can just pretty much be on the toilet while they're also in the bathroom for whatever reason.
That's the end goal.
Yeah, there's just like a degeneration where intimacy just kind of mixes up with grossness, and you just don't care any longer.
So you're just dropping deuces with like cat box because you just don't care. You can't be bothered.
That might be a bit too far. that might prompt a bit of a conversation.
Intervention. Billy, we're worried about the hot dumpster ticket in the cat box. There are a lot of people here who love you.
I wonder if this guy works out a lot. He doesn't really talk anything about his eating habits, except he mentions having nachos.
Oh, tasty. This is a little off topic, but from the my girlfriend of 6 months suddenly wants me to give up watching anime. The top comment says, he broke up with her or something. Or I don't know.
It's not that your boyfriend suddenly has problem with anime. It's that you realize
the girlfriend suddenly has problems with anime.
Oh, she's always had the problem though. This is when she's just fucking tired of it.
Up now.
Yeah.
This is the top comment is the best. Good going, bro. As they say, no waifu, no laifu. I think they wound up watching anime together. That's like how this ends.
Is that what modern romance is?
Yeah, they both started watching Boku no Pico together. They both started watching Boku no Pico and Bible Black together.
I mean, Bible Black goes without saying.
They watch it for the story.
Well, if you had a girl who was totally okay with you watching anime, then she would just have to be a weeb. I don't think that there's any big line here.
Why are you watching these baby cartoons from this foreign country that I don't understand the language of? The thing is, I was on YouTube. For some reason, I don't know how this happened, but somehow I started watching some hentai. That was completely
you don't know
censored.
how that happens. Oh yeah,
I happened.
I just fell down
but
here.
Don't worry, it was completely censored, and it's like
all the time.
It's got this whole fucking mythology. It's about this dude and his like teacher, and he's like they're witches, but for some reason they have to have sex with him because he has some like curse put on him. And so to cure the curse, they have to have. Yeah, it's like they put a lot of effort into this. More effort than I probably mentioned this before, but Catalina Video, my favorites. The American porn guy, most notable for the oh shit, I'm sorry for what? That scene. They have an entire catalog just up on YouTube of their videos with all the sex cut out, and it's the fucking funniest thing you'll ever watch. I guarantee if you're alone this
look up Japanese humor is weird.
No, it's not even Japanese, it's American.
Oh.
This is a live action porno.
Degenerate. Go on. I found something here. It's me, 21-year-old female, with my boyfriend, 20-year-old male of 1 year. My boyfriend got a tattoo on his back of me completely naked.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. Here. So I've been seeing
this guy. Is it like a good quality tattoo, or?
I don't know. There's no photo of it because it's completely naked.
That matters.
Okay, so I've been seeing this guy for the past year, and he's always been eccentric, but that's one of the reasons I fell for him. He's a professional musician, and while he was away on tour, I couldn't go with him because of my own work commitments. When he came back after 2 weeks, he showed me something that scared the crap out of me. Sure enough, it was me, with my legs spread open with everything on show, permanently on his back forever. Jeez. I sent him naked pics occasionally when I'm bored at work or home. Wait a second. How do you send legs apart naked photos from work? You work, lady.
That's pretty fucking hot, you know.
Yeah, so he showed one of
walks in, you're fucking fired.
Yeah, so he showed one of the pictures to that tattoo artist, and he etched it on his back. He didn't understand why I wasn't happy about it, and said I was overreacting when I told him that those pictures were meant for him only. What makes it worse is that he plays in a punk band and is typically shirtless when performing. So basically, everyone at his shows is going to see me. Mean for it to be offensive, and he got it because he loves me, and it definitely is an impressively drawn tattoo. That's good. But the whole thing shocked me and even creeped me out a little. Am I overreacting, or is this a serious red flag?
It's pretty fucking bad. I assume that he showed the tattoo.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's.
I assume
that's on there forever.
I assume that he has to show the tattoo artist for pussy.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
interesting.
I would get out of there.
The reason that I would be extra mad about this happening, if I were her, generally tattoo artists, after they finish a tattoo, they take a photo of it and put it in their album, and then this is what happens. They take a photo of the finished piece and they put it in one of their albums, and then other people coming in, if somebody says, I'd love to have a picture of a naked chick with her legs wide open, that tattoo artist will say, how about this one? I did this on this guy. Then there might be another picture of you etched on somebody else's back. That's why.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's that's been an issue in dance communities before.
This is like a fucking.
I've known dancers that have been upset that people have had photos of them tattooed on them, because that's what happens in the tattoo communities. Like, the parlors will allow that tattoo to end up on someone else. So a lot of these small time dancers who get tattooed on people really don't want them to end up on somebody who has no effing clue who they are.
This is like a sitcom.
I'm learning so much.
This is like one of those sitcom scenarios. It's like It's Always Sunny. Like, oh, the waitress, I got a tattoo of you that's completely naked on my abs, around my chest, or whatever.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I haven't watched It's Always Sunny in a while.
Someone in the comment section says, "Hey Margaret, it's better than a Beavis and Butthead tattoo."
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know.
True.
It's less creepy.
Yeah.
That's a low set bar.
Yeah. There's such a thin margin of good tattoos. Even then, I know people who have great tattoos that are well drawn, but I've never seen a tattoo on a person that has made them more attractive.
Tattoos are
I can say that just categorically. I've never seen a tattoo make somebody more attractive.
Tattoos are in the feminist crowd, so that means you should avoid them at all costs if you want to be attractive.
You gotta have a tattoo that says "Get fucked, commies." That would make you. I would love that.
It sounds. I guarantee some Antifa guy or girl has "I kill Nazis" or something tattooed on their body. They're probably fat or really skinny and probably couldn't kick anyone's ass. They're anemic. They're dying because they're too goony.
Oh, there's a fantastic top comment on this. Speculating your relationship won't last forever. I'm interested in what his future partners would have to say about that. And someone else comments, maybe he will replace the face with a dragon.
That would be fucking radical. Just
I think
naked dragon with fucking furry shit, though.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can add to that, really. Unless somebody's really into tattoos, like this guy is into punk, I could see him getting a pinup photo of her done, just because he's crazy.
What happens if?
But that's something you do when you're married.
Yeah.
This is like that. What's his name? The dude from Breaking Bad. That movie that probably
Walter White.
Yeah. Well, the dude who played him, Bryan Cranston. Yeah. he was in that movie. It was a comedy movie, and I didn't hear about anything. I didn't hear about it or anything about it after it came out, so I assume it was fucking horrible. But it's where his daughter's dating like some tech guy, and he's like a white rapper style guy. And then he gets a tattoo of their Christmas card. And this is like a fucking joke movie or like a sitcom or something.
It's called Why Him? I think.
Yeah. Coming, it's out on Redbox now. If anybody wants to check it out.
What the fuck is Redbox?
It's a little kiosk.
No, I know. I'm joking.
I'll just read the TLDR on this, but the title is 28-year-old male. My girlfriend, 31-year-old female of 3 years, won't let me see her naked anymore. The TLDR says, my wonderful girlfriend used to be extremely thin, but has recently gained a bit of weight and is a bit heavy now. I still think she's very beautiful, but she's very insecure and won't let me see her naked or touch her stomach. Has a therapist. These poor guys.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, they're all getting cucked. Fucking feminism, it's ruined a generation.
Yeah, it looks
I wonder how therapists
pounds,
would browse Reddit.
Oh God, I don't get it. One thing that I will mention in terms of these women gaining like small amounts of weight, that's when you are supposed to see a dietitian. If you go to see a dietitian when you weigh 300 pounds, they'll be like, I can't help you. Like this has gone too far already.
Too late.
The dietitians want to see you when you're like a couple of pounds overweight because they're like, good, this is going to be really easy to fix because it's just small little lifestyle changes that you have to make. But nobody thinks to go see a dietitian if you're just like, oh, wow, like I have to lose 15, 20 pounds. But that's when you're supposed to be able to go see one because that's when they're really helpful. When you get to be like morbidly obese, then you're pretty much stuck with surgery.
Yeah, what you got to do, you can do this at home for free. You got to get a vacuum cleaner and some scissors.
Awful, awful, awful.
I'm pretty good at that. That's how I keep my boyish figure. You know what they should do?
From laughing at people.
They should do? They should have fat people donate their fat to third world countries.
You gross. For what? Fertilizer?
No, just you plump them up a bit. You see all those pictures of starving people.
Just because.
You get get
them all like fat ass implants?
Well, it's like fat communism. It's like everybody has too much or too little fat. There's too much of a fat divide. We got to all share our fat equally around the world. So you got all of these, you give all those fat people like surgery, but it's okay because they'll be fat again soon because they're not going to keep the diet. Food's just too good, you know. And you take all the fat, you put it in barrels, and you fly it across the ocean to sub-Saharan Africa. You give it to all those starving people who are dying, and they'll be plump and happy. But since there's no food, they'll slowly burn it off. And then I assume around the same time, when they are completely starving again, the fat people will be completely obese, and they'll be completely round and spherical. So you just repeat the cycle. I'm a genius. I could save the world. I could end world hunger.
It's true.
Imagine
fat people here. I came onto the stream expecting to talk a lot about like Valentine's Day and bad gifts and just people being upset for no reason, but now I'm just looking up fat people advice.
Look at Bob Chipman. Imagine how many African families he could nourish just with his body fat alone.
It looks like he ate a family.
Chipman makes me feel like the Sahara Desert. I found a good one from 3 years ago. I'm 24-year-old male. My 22-year-old female girlfriend is making a lot of drama because I watch Game of Thrones and there is naked people there. I know it's lol what, but I need help. So he's 24, she's 22.
Women are crazy.
This is crazy. Like I know I have my craziness because I'm female.
They're naked. I can't have that. Oh.
Such insecurity.
It's probably a fat chick.
Speaking of feminism, my girlfriend used to be a men hater. I don't know why, but she hates everything about men.
Run, kick her out and run.
Go. She talks shit about men anytime, all the time. She blames me for everything she sees wrong anywhere.
Run.
If a man shoots another, she blames me for being a man. I'm tired of it. I just can't handle it anymore. She's not a lesbian, so it drives me nuts. Because I could understand if she was a lesbian. Edit. I'm not saying lesbians are like that. I'm just saying I could understand her hate towards men if she were a lesbian.
But
I had lesbian friends who hated men, but they had their reasons. Good reasons, though. But she's not. We can't see a movie where there is a naked woman. Seriously, we can't. She says it's a men's movie and the naked girl is bringing people to watch, ignoring the whole movie. Wow. If there's a naked girl for 5 seconds in a 2-hour movie, it is a crap movie for her. I asked her to visit a psychiatrist, but guess what? It was a man. She ignored the medication and said he was a fucktard. Then she visited a shrink. It was a woman, but she ignored the advice because she didn't like her and said the old lady was too much idiot.
This sounds like one big joke. Is this an actual post?
This is an actual post.
Sounds like a running joke.
It seems pretty... It sounds a bit bogus, but of course we all know that these women actually exist. And this was 3 years ago, so it would have just been on the cusp of, the awareness.
Yeah.
She ignores common sense. The only sense for her is her sense. If I do hundreds of good things for her, it's okay. But every time I ask for something, she says no. I love her, but it hurts. She doesn't care to hurt me every day with all that bullshit. I'm taking meds for the depression, but I still can't get out of this shit with her attitude. Like, can this be real? He's also saying that he's on medication for depression and like his issues. So I wonder if he's halfway making stuff up. Maybe she's just a very complaining woman instead of just a man hater. She just hates everything, and men just happen to do so many good things that that's what she ends up focusing on.
This is what that movie Get Out. This is what that movie Get Out should have been about, instead of whatever it is now.
Yeah.
One of the top comments says, "Why are you doing this to yourself?"
I want to see that movie. I got
apparently it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Get Out does.
Which, it's legit.
I don't know if it's just that or if it's like one of those things where people would feel weird about not rating it 100 because it's about like racism. This movie seems like it's either going to be really good or really awful. Because you got lines like, I would have voted for Obama for a third term. Like a white guy says that, and it's about like a white neighborhood and they kidnap black people or something. Use them as slaves or something. I don't know. I just saw the trailer.
It's all about Trump's America.
Basically.
I love Trump now, though. Trump is awesome.
I love Trump now.
Like, I just can't believe this woman here, though. This doesn't sound like he's quite accurately telling us what's happening. Like, what a shitty, miserable relationship they're in. Do they live together? Like, maybe she's using him. Why else would she stick with this guy if he's a man unless he's paying for her things?
Yeah, it's classic feminism.
Yep.
Absolutely terrible.
That guy went on to write for Kotaku. Fate worse than death.
I was talking.
He ended up dating Lee Alexander.
Married friends of mine went to see a musical, and they were told, you get told beforehand, okay, in this one, it was like an operatic thing. They're like, okay, there's going to be some nudity in this. It's one of those new operas. Husband's like, yeah, it sounds awesome. And then halfway through,
the lady starts
giving naked guys. He was like, wait a second. He's like, this is not okay. Like, there's naked men on this. She's like, what the hell? They told you there was going to be nudity. Like, yeah, there's going to be naked guys too.
Yeah, but dongs everywhere.
Yeah, there's a difference between nudity and naked men.
Dick parade. Ugh. It's a hell of a musical.
What we need to start doing in these calls is, it'll be easier once I have a better streaming rig, but try to encourage people to come on and tell us about their terrible, terrible life problems.
It's a good one. We can help you by laughing at you.
You should really put a disclaimer in the beginning, though, that says it might not actually make their life any better. It might make it worse.
I don't know. If they listen to me, their life will get better. I don't know about you guys.
Full disclosure, I am
constructive
not a
things to
shrink.
I've got a reply to everyone's problems is I think you should kill them. Here's some tips for getting rid of their bodies.
You need to have like an angel and devil on the shoulder and be like, you should kill them or you should kill yourself. That should really be the dichotomy. And with all these problems,
you should shoot
I think this guy with the, like, I think that the guy who has the crazy feminist girlfriend, instead of killing himself, he should kill her.
Here's what you do. You send her to Africa. You trick her on a plane. You say, oh, it's a tech feminist in Sweden. It's one of those white countries.
Send her to Mogadishu. Have fun.
Oh, fuck. You didn't give me any money and I can't make money on my own. I'm a feminist. Trick her into going to ISIS territory. I mean, she'll be okay. She's clearly not pretty enough to be a sex slave.
Well, some of those people fuck goats, so their standards are low.
What else do we have here? There just seems to be a lot of sad relationship questions here once you just search in chat.
Have you guys seen like I love Movie Bob so much. He's just the most pathetic human being on earth. Like,
he's so awful looking.
The more you look into him, the more you. It's sad if he wasn't just such a piece of shit. Like he talks about how people who think Republicans are all like inbred rednecks, and how certain people should be barred from voting. And they're the classic tweets from like a few years ago where he's like calling for eugenics to be re-implemented. He's like, it sucks that the Nazis. Like, it's a joke, but it's really not that different from what he's tweeting now. He's just so full of hate and diabetes.
It's really a shame because his video editing skills are actually really good. He's still a piece of shit, though.
He didn't move out. Did you guys? I looked into his movie, or not his movie, his book that he wrote about Mario 3. And it's just him writing about how pathetic his life is, and how he lives at home, and how he can't deal with shit. Like it's if you looked at it, you'd think it's some kind of like obsessed or like some kind of documentary about how they made Mario 3, but half of it is Bob's life. Like him not being able to not moving out of his parents' house until he's in his 30s.
Oh my God.
And him not going to his grandparents' funeral or his grandma's funeral because he wanted to play Mario 3 or something, or like he couldn't cope, so he played Mario 3 instead.
Just looking through our live stream comments here. What does this say? Why does a friend of mine who's 12 have a girlfriend? I'm 50 and hadn't had a female friend, much less a girlfriend. Am I a misogynist?
Yes.
Everybody's a misogynist.
Yes.
Everyone is sexist now.
What on earth would a feminist expect out of a relationship? What would a feminist expect out of Valentine's Day?
Money, free laptop.
Mm-hmm. Money.
I'm setting the mood.
A feminist girlfriend. Has anybody ever said that? Does anyone ever set out to have an ultra feminist girlfriend?
I remember I was talking with, I think I already mentioned this chick on a bus once, and I didn't realize until it was a little while in that she identified as non-binary. She seemed pretty cool though. I don't think I'd date her. But she seemed like a human being, you know.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. It means you're in college.
Non-binary. So ridiculous. Oh man, I can't wait for the generation right under the millennials to show up because they're the backlash generation.
It's a fucking pendulum. Mm-hmm. This is the super liberals are like a response to like the more conservative Bush, and then we're gonna have like a backlash where all the kids are gonna be like, "Oh my God, our parents are fucking idiots." we're all fucking. Like the millennials are because whoever their parent, I think it's like the baby boomer generation or someone. I don't fucking remember. They fucked all the millennials. They said everybody was special, and they didn't realize that treating everybody like they could do no wrong would fuck them up. And now we have people who think that they're dragons and that obesity is totally cool and the thing that you should be striving towards.
How dare you suggest those furries are not actually dragons or otherkin? How dare you? How dare you come onto the stream and say that people who come up with a mythological creature in their head are not actually a dragon when they go to sleep at night? How dare you come over here and say that?
I don't appreciate being yelled at, Margaret.
Well, I don't appreciate how you're misgendering these dragons.
Sorry, I misgendered
it's just not necessary.
What are your pronouns, Margaret?
Dragon.
And a boot.
Hit. Did she say a boot?
Yeah.
Do Canadians really say a boot, or is that just like a Kevin Smith meme?
I think it's a Kevin
Some parts
Smith
of Canada.
meme.
Canada is actually surprisingly very large and has a lot of different linguistic groups in it. So I think that the Canadian accent is more of an overblown Toronto and Western Canada thing.
Yeah.
Comedians came from.
Like,
so when you get like Bob and Doug McKenzie out there with a really stereotypical Canadian accent, they're doing kind of an out west or an Ontario sort of accent.
Yeah. Like, it's American English, or like, because there's a bunch of variations on American English, of course, as well. But I can't tell unless like a certain words like out or whatever, and like again instead of again.
Comment section suggested to search for feminism and feminist in the relationships here. This is a good one. My boyfriend, 26-year-old male, and I, 21-year-old female, disagree on some crucial things.
Uh-oh.
So he's 26, she's 21. This is from 2 years ago, so this is right in the thick of things. We've been dating for a bit, over 2.5 years. We overall have a fairly healthy and fun relationship. We live separately, but spend a lot of time at each other's places. He's my best friend. We communicate well. Sex is good. But we disagree on some pretty big issues. Those issues being feminism and government. He doesn't think women need feminism. He's very...
The monster.
Yeah, he's very... Anyone can succeed if you work hard enough.
You should set up a... Sorry.
It's hard for us to get through to each other on issues like those. He thinks people who lobby for equal rights just want a crutch.
You need to set up
about these.
You need to set up a black block around his house.
This poor guy just needs to keep on keeping on. He's right. We rarely talk about these things, but when I bring them up, he never does. We argue and end up going to bed, not talking to each other. So he's not trying to start relationship problems here. He has his own political beliefs. She has hers. She's the one who brings that shit up and gets angry. So she's making herself upset. I love him in every other way, though, but don't know where to draw the line. Should I be with someone who shares my same beliefs? I know it's unrealistic.
Sorry.
I know it's unrealistic to think you can agree with someone on everything, but I wish we saw eye to eye. I just want some advice on this. Where do you draw the line on views? Can relationships even last, though you disagree on something you care passionately about? Have you
with feminism? No.
Have you or are you in a similar situation? Thank you. TLDR, can a relationship last even if you and your partner share opposing views on a subject you care about?
Ever since the first time I pegged him, I knew he was the one.
Dogmatic.
Ever since I first pegged him in the ass, I knew he was the one.
Well, and she's 21 and getting uppity about feminism.
I don't know.
I've been waiting for some women I've known to grow to the feminism, and as long as they have a man taking care of them, they seem to be just fine with it. So as long as he's not paying for any of her stuff, she might grow out of it. Women who continue to have men pay for all their shit think that that's how it should be for everybody all the time, so they never really get over their feminist.
We just gotta wait.
But women who are doing their own shit will get over feminism and say, yeah, this isn't really necessary. I got where I am by working hard myself.
We just gotta wait until feminism becomes uncool again or something, or when the mainstream starts like satirizing it instead of like satirizing anti-feminism.
Well, it'll also
most
die out
American
because a lot of
women
these feminists
don't.
are not going to have anything to do with the younger generation.
Yeah, and they're all really fat, so they're all going to die soon anyways.
We can hope.
They probably have a lot of mismatched beliefs if, feminism is a big thing. Like, that seems to be a huge sticking point. Should just, this guy, if you bug this guy, you'd probably find out he also doesn't like immigrants. He sounds like a nice guy. I don't know what he's doing with this woman.
He doesn't like immigrants.
He probably voted for Trump.
He's probably a fucking Nazi. I keep trying to get him to go to my... I keep trying to get him to go to my Black Bloc anti-Trump protests. He just doesn't want to go. He says that Antifa is a terrorist organization.
What?
Dear,
it always boils down to my boyfriend has been paying for a lot of things, and I think that he should continue to pay for all my things. He says that's not right. Like, what do you think? Do you think my boyfriend should just keep paying for everything and that I should just never work?
Yeah.
I think...
Instead of asking him, what do you think of feminism? Instead, take a look at how he treats women, how he views policies relating to issues around women, and how he views policies relating to men.
I recently caught him watching pro-Nazi YouTube channels like Sargon of Akkad and John Trump.
Oh, poor John Tron. Poor John.
Yeah, it's fine.
That guy's great. I hope it doesn't really affect his career.
I don't think it will. I think he's not like... Did you hear that PewDiePie made an anti-Semitic joke and Disney dropped him?
Oh, what happened with Disney?
Wow.
Disney owns one.
Which is ironic.
Disney, yeah. Well,
which is ironic.
Yeah, I know.
Because Walt Disney was incredibly anti-Semitic.
Was he? I thought that was just a false rumor.
No, they say there's a bunch of like symbolism in that one like Fantasia video with like Mickey Mouse and all the brooms.
There's just all of these
like anti-Semitic symbolism.
There's Pizzagate symbolism. I did find it weird when Mickey went to Comet's Ping Pong Pizzeria in that classic Steamboat Willie.
Oh, it sounds awful if you say Steamboat Willie in some kind of porn. Steamboat Willie does Dallas.
It's like a prostitute Mickey. You ever see that?
No, but I did just search up Nazi on our relationships here. This is good.
Instant improvement.
Yeah, this is how the Valentine's Day stream goes. I couldn't find enough to do with Valentine's Day, so I'm just looking up funny words. Me, 26-year-old
right-winger
female,
stream.
my boyfriend, 28-year-old male of 1 year, discovered he has Nazi memorabilia.
I thought girls used to look like that shit, because girls are super into Nazis. They think they're hot.
It's true, actually.
A lot of girls do.
Really?
Some girls
maybe
do.
I'm hanging out with the right kind of women.
Remember Chris?
It's an American thing.
Remember Chris Chain's old friend Megan?
Oh my god.
She was super into collecting Nazi memorabilia.
Poor Megan.
Yeah.
I recently moved in with my boyfriend of 1 year, and we've been having a really fun time gussing up the house. This morning, we were going through his pretty extensive costume collection. Amongst his costumes, I discovered he has some Nazi memorabilia, a helmet, and a swastika flag.
Someone's been visiting Paul.
I told him I didn't find them funny, and they were actually quite offensive. He laughed it off and insisted it's totally okay to have Nazi memorabilia in a dress-up box. He refused to get rid of the stuff, even though I explained to him how unfunny I find the Holocaust, as a person of Jewish heritage especially. Maybe it's a cultural thing. My boyfriend is Aussie, and we moved into a place together in Australia, whereas I'm American. He's also said something about how 9/11 was as bad as the Holocaust, and having Nazi memorabilia shouldn't be as bad as dressing up as Osama bin Laden also isn't bad. He also believes the 9/11 was a Jesuit attack for the presence of the U.S. in the Middle East. This has stirred up further arguments. Should I be concerned?
Wow.
I guess.
Are you dating Gail Schuler?
being too sensitive to find Nazi memorabilia and or dressing up as Osama bin Laden really offensive, like in bed. Otherwise, our relationship is
dating
incredible.
King of Paul.
Yeah.
She's dating
We get
King of
along
Paul.
amazingly and get really creative and productive around each other and have great chemistry. TLDR, boyfriend has Nazi memorabilia in his costume box and refuses to get rid of it, although I find it deeply offensive. So he's a conspiracy theorist who probably thinks that the Holocaust wasn't that bad. It's always kind of
conditioning. Ah!
Yeah. But I can't believe this. He also believes that 9/11 was a Jesuit attack. That's what I don't understand. How? What?
You guys know about Gail Cord Schuler?
No. Is he a Jesuit?
God. She's this clearly mentally unhinged woman who has a YouTube channel. She believes she runs this thing called the Church of Gail, where she's like some kind of new prophet, and she has a spaceship that's like Star Trek, where a bunch of hunky men are her like priests, and they worship her sexually, and they're fighting against the Jesuit conspiracy. And all of her stories, she's like this kind of 50-something, like old wrinkly woman, and all of her like stories have this weird sexual edge to them. Like she'll tell stories about how the Jesuits are building a bomb called that is full of semen called a new cocky. And
that sounds awesome.
And how people get their I think it was Brett Spiner. I don't remember. It was how her men always seem to get into weird rape scenarios. Like when one of them got like the big villain is like Zack Knight or something, who's like an old 90s actor. I don't know. And they got like her men. What's the dude from the Christopher Nolan movie with like, and like he was in the Wolf of Wall Street.
Bane.
He's the guy from Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey. She imagined that Matthew McConaughey, or like she says that Matthew McConaughey was taken prisoner at a zoo, and they had him have sex with all these animals. It's like all this weird fucking shit. And I 100% recommend you watch just like any of her things because they're all beautiful. It's like this whole mythology.
I found a great new thread here. Submitted 8 months ago. I, 23-year-old male, found my girlfriend, 22-year-old female's Tumblr account and... So I'm 23. My girlfriend is 22. We're both white and live in the USA. We've been going out for a few weeks officially, and we've had a blast. I love her personality, and she's intelligent and beautiful. So the other day I was staying at her house, and in the morning she went to the store 2 doors down to get something, and her phone was only half locked. So I slid the lock open to see a Tumblr app. I was unaware that she had a blog, so I opened the app but closed it after 2 seconds because I didn't want to snoop. When I got home that night, I found her blog and had a look, because why not? I was in for a shock because it was very political and very far right. Posts, anti-immigration posts, photos of white girls in flower crowns frolicking through flower beds, you name it. That's the new white supremacy, women wearing flower crowns. But the further I
wife material.
Is this the girlfriend who's posting all these Tumblr things or the boyfriend?
The girlfriend is posting
it. Here's my advice. Girlfriend, break up and I'm available. You can call me up. You can slide into my DMs.
But the further I looked, the more I hated it, and my final cue to log off was when I found a post she had reblogged about how race mixing was illogical and would destroy the genetic lines of all involved. This one is more hardcore than me. I don't have a racist bone in my body.
Is he fucking dating? Is he dating Emily Eucas?
It's entirely possible. He says, I don't have a racist bone in my body. My views are pretty centrist, and I occasionally laugh at the radical left/SJWs. But I've never spoke about that racial purity bullshit and would never speak about far-right nationalism or fascism in a positive manner. The biggest shock to me is how she has never shown the side or even mentioned politics, and I would never expected it despite us having known each other for months. She's very intelligent, has a college degree, and is from a good family. Should I break it off completely because I deplore everything her political mind stands for? Should I tell someone?
Oh, Jesus.
He can't handle the
marry her,
he can't handle the hot band.
Yeah, marry her. I'm on the bottom, TLDR, found my girlfriend's Tumblr blog. Turns out she's a far-right nationalist nut.
He can't handle the bands. He can't handle her shit posting.
Someone who's more far-right than I am.
Yeah. We should get her on the stream.
Yeah, oh yeah, she would keep the stream a lot more conservative than us.
What?
Well, it's it's supposed to be like a... So are you covering our nationalism?
I could I could up the game a little bit. I could start talking about white genocide.
No. That's good. That's good.
I'm pretty good.
But that is exactly the opposite of what you would expect. Finding your girlfriend's Tumblr blog and oh no, she's a white nationalist.
I was expecting her to be like tweeting or saying about how much she hates her boyfriend and how like misogynist he is.
Aw, that would be so good.
But instead, it's her tweeting about how much of a beta cuck he is. My boyfriend
sounds
is
like
such
Pulp
a
fan.
Chapter 1.
This would actually be pretty good copy pasta for Paul.
Yeah. Figure out put it on like
10 out of 10.
Link it in the chat. I want to put it on Pastebin.
1 second.
It's like it's part 1 of a story where he slowly becomes radicalized. Chapter 1. The red pill. You know, I'd always hated the white race. And I've always been disappointed at the color of my own skin.
See, you're allowed to say this because you're a Jew.
Yes.
Oh, Reddit. First rule of relationships: no Nazis. Is that really the first rule? Like it's probably one of my rules, but I don't know if I'd call it the first rule.
It's on there.
I still think it's curious how these women just gaining a couple of pounds and no longer letting their boyfriends see them naked, and the guys just sticking around.
It's just an excuse. I say they just don't like, I think we're going back to a little earlier on the stream. I think that the boys just have some smelly parts down there, you know?
It's entirely possible. That confounds me. Unless she has a disease. You know what? Some people are going to be naturally slightly smellier than others. But that just seems extreme. She either is not cleaning herself correctly or she has some kind of major infection.
This is going to bother Margaret for a long time.
It is. I have a lot of experience in this, and this is not right. If something smells bad, it's infected. You're supposed to get it seen to. God, how does that even happen? At some point, you're just going to have to straight up tell your girlfriend that that's what the problem is. Speaking
of Nazis, did you guys see what Sarah Silverman tweeted?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the utilities.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, she saw orange utility markers that are like curved lines and then a straight line through it, and she said, and I quote, "Walking to get coffee and saw these all over a sidewalk in the town I'm in. Is this an attempt at swastikas? Do neo-Nazis not have Google?" And it's like,
yeah, they're the
it's
incompetent
layers to this. It's beautiful because not only is she crazy and thinks that swastikas are everywhere, and that she's one of the people who think that neo-Nazism is cool again, and that they aren't just a bunch of fucking college-age shit posters who are trying to get a reaction on 4chan to make themselves to make other people laugh. But she was like condescending about it. So it's like, do these people not have Google when she clearly didn't Google it themselves? And then in classic Sarah Silverman fashion, instead of, let me see if I can find the picture. I'm seeing swastikas in everything, frat boys. It started with Bannon's rise and festered when Trump decided not to mention Jews re the Holocaust. Like, Well, actually, before that, she tweeted, to the excited to pound smelly condescending cunts who said, I'm a, and that's all one word, dummy, letter 4, seeing swastikas and street markers. And then she said, I'm seeing swastikas everywhere because Trump.
Poor Sarah Silverman. But, oh man, Jimmy Kimmel must be so happy that he avoided that train wreck, avoided marrying her.
I posted the thing in a paste bin, and somebody said, TFW when it's only cucks like that get cuties like that. Why live?
All right, I gotta get going.
We'll be shutting
you guys have a
good
soon. Night.
Okay, are we doing the after hours again, or are we just doing?
I'm not able to do after hours tonight. I have to get up pretty early tomorrow. Yeah, today was a snow day in my town. Everything has been shut down, so all the errands I was going to run today have to be done tomorrow morning. So I've been looking at spreadsheets all day instead, comparing clickbait headlines.
Good stuff. All right, well, you guys have a good night.
Okay, have a good night.
See if we can. What do you think? So we only have time for one more.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's make it good.
What do you think we should look up?
Somebody else asking in the chat, Canada can't handle some snow. Now, this is actually the worst blizzard that we've had, and it's been over 10 years since we've had this much snow. So I was lucky to not get my power turned off. But yeah, everything's pretty much shut down today.
God intervened so we could host a stream.
Thank you, Jesus. Let's see. God. Me, 29 female, with my girlfriend, 28 and female, says God speaks to her and told her we are not meant to be. Okay, no, actually, I'm not going to speak about this because this actually breaks the rule where we're just going to talk about straight people problems. Actually, I can't. I just realized. Oh no. That's the only rule for the stream, just straight people problems, because we have enough things together, enough things to work on.
Then let's find another one that's similar. That God speaks to me one. That's a pretty good one though.
No, I found a good one. Me, 23 male, with my girlfriend, 23 female of 7 months. God told her to dump me. I'll just read the first paragraph because it's pretty long, and then the TLDR on the bottom. So this happened about an hour ago, so it's still pretty fresh. Another, who we will call Dahlia, has been dating me since October. Our relationship was pretty romantic, all things considered. Yada, yada, yada. Things went well. I work a lot of evenings and weekends overnights, and she's been working days in an accounting firm during tax season, so we haven't been able to see each other. Oh man, this guy talks too much. My girlfriend believes God has been telling her not to date me since the very beginning, ignored him long ago, long enough for us to fall in love, and then abruptly ended things. So, my God. So now I'm wondering, has anyone else ever experienced something like this? It feels so bizarre, but I can't be the only one this has happened to.
You know, if God's intervening, you might be fucked, dude. Sorry.
No, I've never really come across an excuse like that. That's definitely a special one. Like, oh yeah,
you do. If she thinks God's intervening, then maybe you should break up, but not because of God, because she thinks that God. I think it would be better for both of you.
Yeah, she must be some sort of Protestant. I don't understand this. It says in the bottom, I want to clarify something because there have been a couple of posts about it. Dahlia didn't compromise on sex with me or have sex with me just to make me happy. I'm pretty experienced with having heterosexual sex, good, in and out of long-term relationships, and was open about this, but I was pretty content to go without sex if it meant a meaningful relationship with her. The decision to become sexually active was with me was one she made herself, and one I made sure she wasn't making for my benefit before I agreed to enter that stage. Her sex drive was higher than mine, but I wasn't rejecting her advances to make her feel unwanted. It's possible that this may be partially because she was having difficulty reconciling sex with faith, but I don't believe this.
She cray. She does not ever have the right parts up there, and she has totally lost it, and you got to run away. Run away screaming, and never look back, because who knows? Maybe next she'll be saying, God told me to kill you. It's like the Binding of Isaac. Classic
Comment
video
section
game.
says, God wants me to take Jerusalem.
I've been hearing weird things from God about how we need to ensure the future of the white race. God's telling me these. God told me this interesting thing yesterday that 9/11. It wasn't actually Arabs. 9/11 was done by the government, and there was no Twin Towers. It's all a lie.
It's quite strange. I think kind of the worst part about this is that he has no real closure with his relationship. If she's blaming God, instead of saying, well, I'm breaking up with you because our beliefs like this don't align, or because we live in different parts of the country, or because of this, or because I just hate looking at your face. This guy got no real closure. He doesn't know what he did wrong to fix for another relationship.
This girl's clearly like, there's something wrong with her. She might be like schizophrenic or something.
Comment section says, God told me to get on the payload. Yes, push the payload forward.
God told me to get on the payload. Too bad I'm a Satanist. Put that on, watch that text. Fucking Overwatch.
God told me to dump you if you don't acknowledge steak and blowjob day.
God told me about this great new holiday.
Burrito and butt day.
Yeah, burrito and ass eating day.
Yeah. But I've read the 14 words of God. What? Oh, they're talking about the 1488s. No. Oh my God, there's...
God told me that the black race is inferior. God told me to look up the crime statistics for non-whites, and I was honestly shocked.
Can we just start saying that for everything? Like you're saying before, how you just want to invent a religion that just directly benefits you. Just pat on to your religious beliefs. Like, well, God told me that this is, God told me to vote for Trump, or God told me to do this.
Well, that won't work against liberals.
Yeah, you'd have to say Allah told you to do the thing.
Yeah. I'm a Muslim. It's in the Quran. You can look it up.
We must secure the existence of our anime and a future for weeaboo children. God,
we need to create some kind of anime ethno state.
I think to keep these future casts more pure, I need to put a cross in my background or something. Just clean it all up. Clean it all up.
You're a good girl.
I am. But God told me we was Kangs. You were Kangs. Don't let anyone else ever tell you that you are not a beautiful ebony queen.
I think
you built those pyramids by hand.
You personally did those things that people that were alive before you were and died way before you were born.
I did.
It's because of you personally.
I made all the best things.
It's because you personally, the achievements of your race, and don't you ever forget that. Just because the people that are the same color as you or from the same place did some amazing things, even though you're a slob and you don't do shit, and you're either white or black trash or whatever, and you're a failure, it makes you better than everyone else. And this applies to everyone of every race, so I'm not like singling anyone out. So I'm not being racist. I'm saying that people...
We was all Kangs.
Yeah, we was all Kangs. I can't wait to see that new Mr. Medicker video. He's releasing a new one about he's back, baby.
Oh man, I love that guy. I wish he would tell us a bit more about his health problems. I think the reason he's able to stick around and do more videos, he's probably just not able to work right now. Because I don't know what his health problems are, but he's mentioned them before, that he might end up needing surgery.
Yeah. All the cancer from all the videos. It's adding up.
I love what he does. I wish that I could It would just compromise my position and the places that I work at if I made slightly more hilarious videos like that.
Maybe we could have him on a stream one day. I don't know.
Well, to do that, I need to. Well, first off, I need to spend more time prepping my streams. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot easier with the new computer because then it'll be easier to handle call-ins.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about their terrible relationship problems.
You need to set up your stream for the important people, not me.
I need to set it up with one of those donation bots where you can just get people to interrupt constantly, like those Twitch alerts. Yeah, where it just pay $1 and like your shitty message just comes through.
It's like Bro Team where he has like an extremely obnoxious, just like purposefully ear rapey. Thank you. Him just fucking screaming.
Yeah, but women can't do that. They would just sound awful.
And I don't know, just get a clip from the internet. Just like break some shit. Fire a gun at Mike.
Someone is saying less streams, more songs. Yeah. I agree. Normally I record my songs in the basement, so I have to work around everyone else's schedule.
Why not both?
So.
Now I'm just showing off. Pretentious piece of shit.
It's always for me. It's usually just easier to do live streams just because I do have boring schedules. I don't really. I end up having to sell a lot of my time to writing and fun, terrible stuff like that.
Yeah.
Posting to do other things, so I don't get to. But since I'll have a new computer, I've been switching my schedule around to devote more time to doing more internets. So hopefully. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock in Canada, and I have to be up early tomorrow to get a few things. So I'll let you say goodnight there, Manly Chicken.
Night. Mwah.
That was good night, everybody. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. I'll be building a wonderful PC rig.
I'll be watching.
And then I will see you here next week. I'm not going to split it off and do a new channel just yet, but at some point there's going to be a channel just for the Straight Talk streams.
Hope you don't fuck up the PC build like Brianna Wu did.
Oh God, no, never.
It's very difficult.
Anyway, well, good night, guys.